buy your credit card and all that kind of stuff. So in universities, there's been already quite a noticeable shift to embracing some elements of it. But they are faced with, again, a variable model. And again, we're not talking about a monolithic application model. We're actually talking about them behaving very much as services consumers. So it's made sense in many universities to shift to the model quite quickly, because it also gives you direct allocation of cost. They buy on their credit card if they want some kind of outrageous service to improve the moving by the green cheese. So it fits the model when you think about it. It fits the model very well.
Last question.
Right. One there and then one there.
Do the last two questions.
Right. Okay. You
I'm just going to make a couple of comments and then ask you perhaps to expand it. First of all, one of the examples that you've given around, it's interesting to note that when the company started, that wasn't the business model they started with. Amazon started a very different model to what they ended up with. You talk about the Toyota cars, and actually the reason why the old people drive them is because buying it like that, you can get a very cheap car.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's not the cool side of let's customize it. It's the very, I can just take everything off and get it very cheap. So that was one comment. It's interesting to notice how consumers have changed business models through this sort of interaction by just going for something different. So following on from that is also the fact that, like the Kindle, like the iPod and that, a lot of it has been a degree of cool in the consumer product, but actually a hell of a lot of work that's gone on in providing the content behind it. iPods are good, they would not be as good as the iTunes Store.
And that's a very clear lesson that Apple got first.
Yeah.
That it wasn't about the device, it was about the service.
And Kindle the same.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good. Even though to a degree they're locking people out, and we're seeing things like some of the insurers and people like Easy Governor actually trying to lock themselves out from the aggregator business.
Yeah.
And how much they'll be able to keep on doing that will be very interesting, especially if you start in ticketing around places. What I was going to ask you to talk a little bit more about is maybe that the group actually wants to set up a whole talk about it with Jericho, because I do a lot of work with government and they are paranoid about information getting outside. Jericho is to how you secure your information.
The last joke I heard on that was that they had a target, and the target was to lose 25 laptops a month.
That's 35.
You're right, because actually I didn't go into great detail, but if you go down this line here, I think there are four very key things that are driving the approach. The first one of them is TOGAF, which you might notice was on one of the slides. The Open Group Architecture Framework, version 9. Version 9 is now quite meaningful. Earlier versions were relatively lightweight. I'll say that before someone tells me. That gives you a model for process. More importantly, unlike enterprise architecture, which is a vertical slice through your organization, it's a horizontal slice of how can I join up with other people. How do I state a process in such a way that you know what you give me at what stage in the process and I give you back. And that's becoming distinctly vertical by sector as it develops. The second point is if you're going to do that, you are, by definition, externally working. So you should be protecting the elements of the process. Now, the way I usually describe Jericho in association with TOGAF is to say that if I placed an order on you electronically, you ought to be able to verify whether Capgemini says I'm allowed to place that kind of order. So the first thing is, are you who you say you are? And the second thing is, are you allowed to evoke that process? Secondly, is the process evoked, approved, processed, etc., etc.? And yes, you're right. You have to start to apply the two things together, and it is a cause of constant frustration to me that we have Jericho over there and TOGAF over there. And if you look me up, you will actually find I'm the governor of the Open Group as well. It seems that we still have the idea that security is a separate issue to process, and it can't be in the world we're talking about. They are implicitly the same, and I happen to know Darlene audits things, and this is the kind of thing that the auditors are now please give me information assurance. How did you get that? Who gave it to you? Etc. Etc. The other two, for the record, is that I think that we're beginning to see the beginnings in that association of how do you treat data with something called extensible archiving, XAM, which was the storage industry, God bless them, started in 2003 to solve a problem about archiving, and along the way helped solve a problem about structured data. Because if you are going to do electronic transactions with people, you are going to have to archive the data. So what they actually came up with was a meta model for the data that you would use in a book-to-bill process, even down to industry verticals. So if you are working across that of how I'm doing business with others, why would you not evoke a data model that was suitable for archiving? Again, it's part of the model. And then above that, you have people. How do I design a business process and enable people to change it from above? So I think all four of those play a very crucial role of saying these things cannot be put together afterwards. They should be designed inherently with the way I'm going to build that in order to get what you need, which is a secure enabling layer that links these processes together. So a reasonably clear view. XAM is hardly known, but I say to you, I remember this conversation with Dave, and he looked it up, and I think you were quite struck by it, weren't you? Again,